Greetings all. It's Tuesday, October the 25th. Well, I can say that things are getting pretty interesting in my life right now for several reasons. During the last week, I learned a powerful lesson about family. Uh, my nephew is going through a difficult time right now, and as I've said many times, a lot of people don't like to hear the truth. And that's what I gave him was the truth. And he didn't care for it, so he decided to get aggressive. But I never threw a punch back because that's not what I do. And shortly thereafter, he was upset about it. I said, I forgive you, man. It's all good. You're going through a difficult time right now. And he's going to be leaving back to his home pretty soon. And, he was telling me that people are following him. And he seems to think that it's because of what I do. So I was a bit skeptical at first. But then recently, I had one of my Mason buddies online who came on and chatted with me real quick. And they're telling me to tone it down on Facebook, on YouTube, and everywhere else. I'm putting the truth out there, or something bad may happen to me. So I said, I'm well aware of that, sir, and I'm not going to stop. They're going to have to put a bullet in me, or probably several bullets, before I stop doing what I'm doing. Your threats, again, they're empty. If you guys are trying to instill fear in me, then it's not working. And nothing is going to work. I have no more fear of anything. So some people are trying to stay away from me now, as I've been, quote, labeled or marked. But that's what I want. As I've said before, I seek an audience with the powers that be, and I will have it. And just in case, last night I typed up my final wishes, just in case. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. That's not what I want to happen. I'd much rather expire on my own terms, be it old age, be it disease or whatever. But people who put the truth out there they end up dead, or you never hear from them again. JFK is the prime example. My nephew was saying that they're gonna come for me. They're gonna kick in my door at 4 in the morning and pull me out of here. And I said, they've got inside your head, nephew, already. They're inside your head. They got you paranoid. What are you worried about? And again, should they come to see me, I've got this and a couple more friends who are ready for them. So, bring it on, assholes. Bring it on. Are you going to keep threatening and following and do this little blah 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 tidbit shit or whatever? Or are you going to come to me and face me and do whatever you're going to do with me? You're all fucking cowards. Straight up cowards. People are asking me, why do I put myself at risk for this? And I'll tell you why. I do it as I'm done being a spectator, an objective bystander. I will make a stand to reveal the truth at all costs. For everybody whose lives have been detrimentally affected by this illusion, this conspiracy, this charade, this suppression, I will fight for these people. And I am fighting for humanity itself, the good of humanity itself. And these things, their agenda is not going to end. Their intention is just as strong as mine. Granted, it's a completely different agenda. But their motivation is just as strong. And they have the upper hand, of course. They control the world. They control all the world's finances. They have a selected member for each area of control and power. Finance, military, politics, they're all there. And they've been there for the longest time. They are dug in deep right now, and it's going to be very difficult to get them out of there. But it's going to be done, everyone. And they know this too. They're scrambling, they're desperate right now. I see many people talking about Nesara. They want signatures. I'm not going to sign Nesara. There's too much wordplay in it, and once they have your signature on anything, they've got you by the balls. Because once you sign, everything that is there, no matter how the words could be twisted or whatever, they've got your ass nailed to the wall. So I sign pretty much nothing anymore. Anytime I'm asked to sign something, I say, no, I'm not signing that. Hell with that. Okay, it's the whole power pyramid structure. Excuse me, pyramid power structure. It's garbage, everyone. And it's coming to an end. And I couldn't be happier about it. Another thing I want to discuss today was free energy and basically cell phone towers. Cell phone towers are free energy. Do you not see it? I mean, where do you see cell phone towers the most? Schools, military installations, government installations. That's no coincidence, everybody. They're running on the free energy. And granted, they put on a good show, of course. They put on the best ruse. The deception is very powerful, and it's very difficult to see through it. That's why we all pay for energy and run off these cords, this power, batteries. Detrimental to the environment, of course, but that's what they feed us. So what do we do about it? My suggestion is to stop paying your electric bill. Granted, a single family is not going to help. We all need to work as a collective. We need to boycott the system. A lot of people are talking about doing it on the 28th. That means run no power, nothing. I say call the electric companies. Tell them, I know free energy is real. I know all you assholes run off of it. I want it. I'm not going to pay my energy bills anymore. If everyone did that, they would have to bring to further light free energy. There's many sources. They manipulate the grid with these cell phone towers and etc. There's magnetic motors that are coming to light now. Solar energy has always been an option. But the solar panels that most people manufacture and put out there, they only operate at about half of the capacity they should be. You're only getting half of the juice from these solar panels that you should. And anyone who does research into that will find that. And that's another thing. People need to start doing more research on their own. Such a vast majority of the population now is just medicated. Taking this pill, that pill, all these pills for whatever. Depression, anxiety, health issues, whatever. We don't need those pills, everybody. We don't need that stuff. It's like you go to the doctor, he prescribes you this pill, and without doing any research into it yourself, you just trust in his word and you take it. It's absurd, absolutely absurd. It's like someone bringing you a vial of some kind of poison, we'll say cyanide, and saying it's apple juice. And granted, this person looks very convincing. They look like an intelligent person. They seem to understand what they're doing. But you must discern for yourself. I wish more people would use their own discernment and do their own research. Because we would be in a lot better affairs than we are right now. Let's see. Another thing I want to talk about today was clones. I'm getting questions. Do I think clones are real? Of course. They cloned the sheep that many years ago. You think they haven't been cloning humans for a long time too? They have been, everyone. Yoko Ono said it many years ago in the interview with Lenin. We shouldn't have to be replaced by clones. That was her quote. And that's, of course, what the powers that be want. They want to replace everyone with clones. Because this leads down to genetic extinction. It's called the law of biological asymmetry. Nature favors asymmetry. Left to right asymmetry. That is what nature favors. And all species that have gone extinct or begin to show signs of extinction also show signs of complete symmetry. And that is what cloning is. When you clone, it's just a exactly symmetrical reproduction of what was cloned. And that will lead to extinction. We need genetic diversity in order to continue on with evolution. And the things that are happening right now are absolutely detrimental to evolution. Long ago, the FDA approved cloned meat for consumption in the United States. So think about that. Every time you have a bite of that burger, you think, could this be cloned meat? And think about what that does to your body, your mind, everything. Think about it. Another thing I wanted to get to today was subliminals and symbolism. I did a video on it with this insert here from one of my favorite all-time albums. However, it seems that YouTube is suppressing it for now. I uploaded it long ago and it's still in the processing limbo, so they're probably censoring me. As I said, my recent endeavors are getting a lot more attention now. I am being shadowed, and it appears that my members of my family are being shadowed as well. And ultimately, this is what I want. I want them to come to me. As I've said before, I seek a direct audience with the powers that be. Everyone tells me diplomacy is worthless. It's all worthless. It's not worthless to me until it's presented to them and they dismiss it, which I'm sure they will. But that's the path I've chosen. I fear nothing. And as I've said, I will continue to put my work out there for everybody who has been screwed over by the deceit and the lies of the ages. I guess that's about it for now, everyone. I wanted to get through more. However, I'm running short on time. Time, the grand tool of control, just as money. So the last thing I want to tell you is, I love you all. If you don't hear from me for an extended period of time, you know what happened to me. And I have files that are stored away in secure locations with the information I've provided and my final wishes for my family. Of course, as I said before, that's not what I want. I'd rather expire on my own terms. But this is my path. I will create a world of peace, harmony, abundance, love, joy, and wisdom without any kind of control. There will be a completely different concept of time. There will be absolutely no form of currency, whatever. You simply do for one another. There is abundance for all. And that is how it should be. Be well, my friends. I hope to talk to you soon.